Team that has been exceptionally busy in this first day of free agency has been the Patriots with Bill Belichick. It doesn't matter who the GM is, Bill Belichick's making the decision. Jonnu Smith signs a 4-year, $50 million deal. That's a tight end. Edge rusher Matthew Judon, 4 years, $56 million. Former Raven, by the way. They also signed Devin Godchaux, who is a defensive tackle from the Dolphins, 2 years, $16 million, and Jalen Mills, really versatile cornerback, 4 years, $24 million. So Bill Belichick, and again, none of these deals are all reported. They haven't been finalized. There has to be physicals and everything. But Bill Belichick did not like not making the playoffs, and he went out and spent the money that he had on the salary cap and used it up pretty quickly. They actually got some very good talent and at positions they needed. Patriots are going to be right back in the mix as soon as they figure out who's playing quarterback for them.
Right, exactly. I mean, hell, the way that Bill Belichick was rolling around today, you would have thought that he just got the stimulus check. I mean, the way that they were spending, obviously Matthew Judon, big-time edge rusher for them. And the key part of this was that them signing Jonnu Smith and Matthew Judon, that was actually the most that they've ever spent at a defensive position and at the skill position, which, again, given the entirety of that dynasty, is wild to think about. But the way that Bill was spending today, it really was interesting to see how this all turned out, and the way that they were going ahead, throwing the money around constantly. I loved what Belichick was doing today, and aggressively attacking the defense. Obviously, they're bringing back Cam Newton, it seems like, 1 year, about $14 million. So for them to go ahead, look at the defense and think, okay, let's get this done. Let's take care of the defense. Not necessarily have to worry and rely on Cam Newton as much. And now you add more versatility onto defense. You add more pass rush, and you give Cam Newton a top weapon in Jonnu Smith. I love what Bill Belichick has done so far, especially given the fact that he finally can crack open that piggy bank.
Yeah, the other thing that the Ravens did, or the Ravens lost, so they lost Judon, but the Ravens added Kevin Zeitler, former Brown tackle who played with the Giants, was part of that Odell Beckham Jr. trade. He signs with the Ravens, so the Ravens lose an edge rusher, but they kind of solidify the middle of that offensive line, which they really needed to do.
Yeah, and especially when you have a quarterback like Lamar Jackson, you really need to worry about protecting him up front, not necessarily taking as much of that interior pressure. And on top of that, too, obviously, they've had Orlando Brown Jr., who had asked for a trade earlier in the offseason. He wants to play left tackle. So, for him, they've been kind of looking at moving him possibly. So adding in Zeitler solidifies that offensive line, takes away one more need that you really have to worry about. And for the Ravens, at that point, now you can go ahead. You can focus on adding a wide receiver. It seems like they've been in on Kenny Golladay, possibly could have been in on Juju Smith-Schuster, waiting on how that's going to go. But, it seems like they're going to attack the wide receiver position, and solidifying up front gives Lamar Jackson more time. That's all you could want if you're a Ravens fan.